is time for the mortals to pay.
Release the Kraken!
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So, Heights of Power, or as I like to say, Great Heights, we're almost there. At the time I'm recording this, I got a little bit more than 2 days before the event starts. Obviously, it lasts these 3 days from 28 September through 30 September. And it is the pirate ship, or alternatively, you can get the cav, plus attack skin with the throwback feature they have now. I think most of us are going for the magic skin. And if there was any doubt before, yes, we have a guarantee now. It is a magic unit HP bypass of 10% or 13% if you get the little adornment on top of it. Earlier I predicted that this would be the single most competitive Great Heights they've had in the game to date. And as I talk to people and as time goes on, I only keep it revising that estimate upward. I usually think on some servers, on some server groupings, you would need at least 30 million power. I think probably you're looking at 40 to 45 million power to guarantee a top 10 finish on most servers at this point. Now, remember, if you do push that 30 million power, you'll get 6 seals. So you could always buy the skin with the seals. Obviously, your ideal situation is you finish in the top 10, and then you can use the seals to buy the little adornment, or you can save them for a future event, or theoretically, if you finish in the top 10, you could also buy the cav skin. But even if you don't finish in the top 10, as long as you push that 30 million power, you could buy the city skins. So that is at least a decent fallback position. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I think this event is getting more and more competitive. And one of the reasons is it's going to coincide with the Strongest Lord. And it's going to be the first Strongest Lord event in which Gamora is available. And in fact, day 2 of Great Heights is the day 1 of the Strongest Lord, or the troop training day. And so to the extent you can, you should try and push as much power you can on day 2 of Greatest Heights to essentially double dip in the Strongest Lord event. Now look, let's be honest, a lot of people are going to do that. And so just because you push on day 2 of Greatest Heights doesn't mean you're going to win Strongest Lord, but maybe you get a top 10 finish, a top 5 finish, something like that, and get a bunch of additional Gamora tokens. Now, I'm still working on my Gamora, Young Ming video. Expect that next week sometime. But the bottom line is these heroes seem extremely strong to me. They're definitely making the lineup. And the only question is this the best magic pair, or is it like the second best magic pair? Whatever, they're super strong. A lot of people, including me, are going to want to develop them, which makes us just want to get the mage skin more. And of course, makes us want to double dip on Great Heights and Strongest Lord more. So there's going to be a lot of interest in this event. I think you're going to need to push a lot of power if you want to guarantee that top 10 finish. And that's really what today's video is about. It's about the spending guide to Great Heights. Now look, I'm not telling you should spend any, significant amount of money on a game. Obviously, that's everyone's individual decision. But let's face it, Heights of Power, Great Heights, this is the epitome of the pay-to-win aspect of the game. This is where the whales and Krakens really are going to spend the most money. And if you decide that you want to spend money to help you get a better result in this event, there's certain ways you should do it to sort of maximize, the bang for the buck, if you will. So that's what we'll be going through in this video. We'll be going through each of the bundles that you could potentially buy for this event, breaking down which are the best values, how many points you can expect to get if you purchase those bundles, and sort of giving you advice on if you do want to spend, what's the best place to put your money. So the exercise of this video is to compare the various bundles to see which is going to give you the most bang for your buck when it comes to the Greatest Heights. Okay, so to do that, we need to normalize the bundles. And what I mean by that is some bundles, you can buy the gold chest level up to 3 times, per day or per event or whatever. And sometimes you can only buy the gold chest level 1 time. So for the purposes of this video, the numbers I'm going to give you, they're all going to assume that you're buying the gold chest 1 time, and then I'll talk about if you can buy it more than that, okay? The second thing is I'm only going to give you some specific numbers here. I'm going to give you the total minutes of training speed-ups or generic speed-ups, the total amount of mana you're going to get, and the number of Great Height points you'd get for buying this bundle. And the points are going to be based on if you're training T5 from scratch, with a 75% training speed up, which is the highest speed up boost you can get, okay? So that's all the numbers I'm going to give you based on those assumptions. Now, at the start, we have, in the generic bundles you can buy every day. We essentially have a bundle you can buy for every activity in the game, right? You have construction, research, leveling up your heroes, your artifacts, training, resources, and like getting off the server. It should go without saying that everything other than the training here just doesn't apply to Greatest Heights. And look, if you're still unlocking T5 and you're going to use that to help push, more power to you. But I'm focusing on the training speed ups in this video. All right, so I'm not even going to consider any of the other bundles. We're going to start with March of Conquerors because that is your lowest value bundle when it comes to training speed up. All right, and so you can buy the March of Conquerors every day, and there are 3 gold chests at the top of this bundle. If you buy it out through the 1 gold chest level, that's going to give you about 24,700 minutes of training speed ups, which turns into about 216,000 or so great height points. And you get about 18, a little over 18 million mana for this bundle. Working our way up the ladder here, the next best value is Roots of Ages. This is basically your Roots of War bundle. It comes out every week that you have Roots of War, so it is available right now. It's not going to be available next week. You can buy the gold chest here at 3 times, and if you buy it out through 1 gold chest, you're going to get about 28,800 minutes of speed ups, which is going to equal to about 252,000 great height points, and you get a little less than 28 million mana for this guy. The next level up is Pass Through Flames. This bundle is going to appear based on your KVK. Basically, anytime a new zone pass opens, you'll have this bundle available to you for a few days. So it's all going to depend on your KVK whether you have it available or not. This guy only has 1 gold chest available, and if you buy it out, you get about 30,500 minutes of training speeds for about 267,000 great height points and about 29 million mana. Our next level up is the Gilded Feather. This is one of the special bundles for the event going on right now. So, what a coincidence the developers gave us these very valuable Great Heights bundles just in time for Great Heights. This one only has 1 gold chest available. However, it does reset every day, so you can buy this every day for the duration of the event. You buy this out, you get about 32,000 minutes of speed ups for about 281,000 great height points and 37 million mana. Okay, the next best value is the seasonal bundle. Now, the cosmetics of your seasonal bundle are going to vary depending on what KVK you're in. You can see I'm in Rise of the Dragon, so that's the bundle I have. The speed ups and the resources are all exactly the same across the various KVK seasons. However, in my Rise of the Dragon season, they did give me some Nien for buying this bundle. It's sort of like a seasonal currency, if you will. Maybe a little bit of a troubling precursor to Crystal Tech, but that's a different discussion. For the purposes of Great Heights, this is a particularly valuable bundle. You can only buy it once per season, but there are 3 gold chests at the top. Buying it through 1 gold chest, it's about 35,500 training speed up minutes for about 310,000 great height points and about 37 million mana. Finally, the best bundle value right now is the one going on with this new event, the Dances of Joy bundle. It's kind of like the seasonal pack. You can only buy it 1 time, and you get 3 gold chests at the top. And you can only buy it during the event of this, anniversary special here. Buying this thing out through 1 gold chest, you get a bit more than 36,000 training speed up minutes, which equals about 315,000 great height points, and you get 55.5 million mana for this bundle. All right, 2 last things to consider. The first is the Strongest Lord event, which starts on day 2 of Greatest Heights. Okay, what does that mean? And the wheel bundle will come out on the last day of Greatest Heights. Now, the wheel bundle itself has no training speed ups, but you get tickets to spin the wheel, and the wheel itself has a lot of training speed ups on it. That wheel will be the first wheel with the new Young Ming on it, who's pretty strong. So a lot of people might buy it for that. And just keep in mind, you might get some additional training speed ups through that if you need it on the very last day of Greatest Heights. Okay, the last thing you might consider in an extreme situation is the SVIP gift pack. Obviously, this is only available to SVIP members, but let's face it, who competes in Greatest Heights? So the SVIP gift pack, you can buy it up to 5 times a month, and they're $100 a pop. The main reason you'd buy it really is the fruit boxes, but it does have some speed ups in it. It actually has more speed ups per the $100 level than the March of Conquerors bundle. The downside to this is it has no gems whatsoever. All of the other bundles have lots of gems, and gems can be exchanged for training speed ups. So if you're buying this for the Great Heights, it is the least efficient thing you can buy for Great Heights, right? If you're buying it for the fruit boxes, okay. But in an extreme situation, when you've exhausted everything else, this might be something to turn to. And you've heard me say it before, like one of the worst things that can happen is you push for Greatest Heights and come in 11th or 12th. So at the last minute, if you are a big Kraken, this is something to turn to when you've exhausted all your other resources. Hey, and that's it for Greatest Heights. Hey, look, going through this made me kind of like question my life decisions. But I have kind of resolved that this is going to be my last push, my last big spending on this game for a long, long time. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. If you're pushing, good luck to you. And until next time, you stay classy, Belleron.